Yeah, everyone, it's Kai from Kool Collectibles. I've ordered a new 1.8 meter wide glass cabinet that's coming next week to replace this old wooden thing. And in the meantime, I've sort of used this to store a lot of my books and other collectibles that I haven't really put on show or shown you guys, apart from a few pics here and there. So while I'm unpacking and getting ready for the new cabinet, I thought I'd give you guys a quick rundown on what I had in those cabinets. So as you can see here, I've been a big Michael Jordan fan since 1991, I guess, the early 90s. And this was the Air Jordan 5's card that came with my pair of Air Jordans that I bought probably 13 odd years ago now. But I've kept the card. The shoes are long gone. And I've sort of collected all these. I haven't bought anything sort of Michael Jordan related for a long time now. And I was thinking of getting the Enter Bay figure, but the quality control issues with that pretty much made me change my mind on that one. I wasn't going to risk, $300-400 on a figure that had so many issues. So this was back when, in the last couple of seasons of his career at the Bulls, and I was travelling to the US a little bit back then, so managed to pick up some of these magazines, the Ultimate Jordan DVDs, which all of those videos that the NBA put out for Michael Jordan. Really kicked it off for that sort of DVD type documentaries of all the NBA stars back then. So I watched those a lot back in the day. And here's the NBA Dynasty series with the Bulls, all 6 seasons. So I'm definitely love going back and watching these games every now and then. Definitely that 97-98 team is one of the best teams ever. Here we go, bit of Street Fighter there. I'll go through that a bit later. A few Michael Jordan books. The ones from Sam Smith are probably the best known ones, the Jordan Rules, which caused a lot of controversy back in the day. And this is when he came back from retirement. And they're definitely great reads to sort of get an insight into how the NBA works and so on. I can't even remember where I got this. I think I just stumbled across this in I remember it being a fairly dodgy news agency, but it's not a bad book actually. So lots of sort of retrospective pictures of his family and college career, and a lot of stuff that I hadn't seen before, so and haven't actually seen this listed anywhere else, so I'm definitely glad I managed to pick that up. This is the Beckett tribute. This was their 5th win, Sports Illustrated. Apparently this particular magazine is hard to come by and pretty sought after. I haven't really checked on the value of any of these things. I don't plan to really sell them or anything, so. And this was when they announced the 50 greatest of all time. So I'm glad I managed to pick this up. I think I was in Seattle at the time, so I'm glad I picked that up. So lots of bios on the coaches and all the players and so on, so definitely a good read. I guess these big hardcover ones are probably the well-known ones as well. So Rare Air was one of his first books that came out. And the thing that really gets me every time I look into this book is the opening picture of his palms. If I can find that here. And this is life size, and I thought I had pretty big hands, but Christ. Now you can see why he was so awesome at handling that ball and just palming that ball, because my god, look at those hands. Awesome. So that's one of my favourites, and he came out with a couple of others for the love of the game here, and I've got a couple of the Bulls commemorative editions for their finals wins. So that's one, and this is probably one of my favourites here as well, the official final NBA retrospective on their 6th win. And I love all the pictures, and it's got the last shot in here somewhere. I think somewhere there. I won't try and open that with one hand. But yeah, so that's all my Michael Jordan and Bulls collectible stuff. As you probably know by now as well, if you follow the page, I'm a big Street Fighter fan. So still kept the DVD of that. I don't even know if this is released on Blu-ray yet, but if it is, I'll probably pick it up one day. And probably everyone loves it for the bit of fan service with Chun-Li in the shower, so can't complain about that. And these are the Udon Ultimate Edition series of comics, so I think they collated all the original comic releases into these separate volumes, and the artwork, particularly in the early stages, the earlier releases are really good. I think the quality of the ones in this volume 2 towards the end, I don't really think are as good. And this second volume I don't think I've actually even read through yet in its entirety, but yeah, both. I think they had a third volume as well with a blue one with Chun-Li on the cover, but I never bothered picking that one up. So now a whole bunch of Star Wars books that I've got. Star Wars Chronicles, I guess, was almost considered the Bible back in the day, and that was pretty much my first sort of Star Wars encyclopedia that I got. And I didn't actually realise until someone shared a link on the Facebook page that they released a Chronicles for the prequels. And once I saw that, I mean, I'm not that big a fan of the prequels, but just looking through the pictures and some of the info they had in there, I had to sort of complete the saga set to get both of them. So I won't try and take it out, but yeah, the pictures and the info in there is pretty great. I think I posted up a quick video before of those two. They actually came in a package, and you know, that triangular pyramid type thing there, and the rectangular thing on the side there. So you can press those buttons and open them up, but I couldn't be bothered, so I just took the books out. And all the little accessories and things like that that come in there are still folded up in there. And these are the Rinsler making ofs. So there's the original Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and I have the Return of the Jedi one pre-ordered from Amazon, and that's I've been told it's being released in October, so I can't wait to get that, because yeah, these are pretty much the definitive making of books, and yeah, just the pictures and all the stuff that you've never sort of really seen behind the scenes of the movies and how they made them, and yeah, they're just really good to have. This one here, I can't even remember buying this, but yeah, this sort of covers George Lucas's career up until about the Phantom Menace time frame. So it goes through, you know, his collaboration with Steven Spielberg and all of those Lucasfilm movies. So yeah, it was a bit of a good insight into his filmmaking. So that's great. And Magic of Myth is probably a really well-known book as well. So I think this was when they had their display at the Smithsonian Institute. So and there's a lot of tie-ins on how Lucas got his inspiration from the mythology and all that sort of stuff. So I actually found it to be pretty dry reading compared to some of the others. This is I actually prefer this book with a lot of art by Ralph McQuarrie, which is legendary, and it comes with a lot of sort of fiction behind it, so it's a great book to have. And I actually got these 3 original trilogy art of books not soon after Ralph McQuarrie's death, and I was lucky enough to get these on eBay for a ridiculously cheap price from the UK in pretty much as new condition. So that's probably one of the few bargains I've ever had, and these are the definitive sort of art of books for the original trilogy. I did try getting the corresponding books for the prequels, but it's just too hard to sort of get from any one seller. And I guess as long as I had the original trilogy, I was happy. What else have I got here? Oh, the Transformers Vault. Picked that up earlier this year, I think. I'd always sort of had it in the back of my mind to get it, and Amazon had a pretty large sale, so I got this for, I think it was under $20, which is a pretty decent price. So it goes through a lot of the history of Transformers, from all the Diaclone toys and all the stuff that they stole from the Japanese, and sort of refactored into the Transformers story that we know now. So it's been a really long and interesting collaboration between Hasbro and Takara, and that whole history behind it. So it's definitely worth getting for all you Transformers fans out there. And these are some of the soundtracks I've got. So I've got the original Star Wars Anthology. I guess audio quality wise, it's probably not as good as some of the latest releases. But I love the little book that comes in there that goes through all the score and gives some of the insights into John Williams and so on. And I do actually have the original soundtrack releases for the prequels as well, being the semi-completist that I am. But they're nowhere near as good as the originals. And this is John Williams's greatest hits for those 30 years, and pretty much stops at the Phantom Menace. But it's amazing how many iconic and classic themes he's actually written. And I hope he stays healthy and can finish off the episode 7 and beyond, I guess. And these, I guess if there's ever any soundtrack that can rival Star Wars, I think it's The Lord of the Rings, and these 3 are the complete recordings from the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And I was able to get these before prices went a bit nuts, maybe a couple of years ago. And I think I got all of these for about $30 or $40 each. And about a month after I got them, particularly Return of the King was going for close to $200, $300. So I think the prices have sort of come down since then, but they're nicely packaged, and it comes with a nice little book and so on describing it all. It's probably not as easily to listen to than the Star Wars soundtracks. You can't really sort of listen in one sitting on these, But yeah, the themes are just as memorable, I think. So what are these up here? Oh, these are some of the little books that come with the collector's editions Blu-rays that I've had. So here's a bit of a small excerpt from the Dark Knight, the art and making of Dark Knight trilogy book. So just a smaller cut down version, which was a nice addition to the trilogy Blu-ray set. And I bought the complete series of Friends. I don't know, say what you will about Friends, but I don't know, growing up, because I was in late high school, going through the early years of university, and I don't know, this was the iconic sitcom of, you know, my age, I guess. And, you know, even going back now and watching it, it hasn't aged at all, I don't think. I think it's aged very well, and it's just as funny now as it was back then. And yeah, I don't know, a lot of people bag me about liking Friends, but I love it, and I'll probably keep watching it for a long time. And these are just the episode guides for the Battle of the Planet stuff. So that's pretty much the contents, I think. Oh, I've got a few things in here that I forgot about. Oh, a couple of Monopoly sets. I've got the original Star Wars Monopoly set, Street Fighter Anniversary Edition, and a few other bits and pieces, all the instruction manuals and so on. So a bit of junk in there. So hopefully I'll post up another vid shortly on me putting up the new glass counter. So I hope you guys can stay tuned then, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.